Well, in in my family, we don't cook the bird, we suck it, and it lasts for so long.
You suck the bird,
Mhm.
like you take a frozen bird and you lick it, like, or you give it a hickey, or is
Well, you
that what?
don't you just suck it. I mean, you everybody gathers around the table. It's a family thing. We just kind of lick it. We put some spices on the outside, but I'll tell you, it lasts, like how you get some leftovers? This lasts way beyond the leftover time because we're just licking it and licking it and licking it.
Wow. You don't think of everything when you get together with somebody and you're asking all those questions about things and what you like and stuff. You just don't think of everything, do you?
Yeah, I mean, there's things we're going to find out about each other, but this is not a big deal. I mean, like I said, it's just, it's the turkey lick. It's just part
Ah.
of a tradition that I grew up with.
So your great aunt Agnes gets and put your mouth on the same turkey that you do, or do we cut the turkey up and everybody has their own plate of
We
licking?
draw like a little map. So each person has a section on the turkey, so we never overlick. I will have my section. I like white meat, so I just lick that one portion, um, and then my aunt, she licks her portion. Uncle Doug, he licks his portion. So we never cross licks.
Wow. Well, that certainly is going to change the seating chart that I came up with. Um,
You came up with a seating chart?
well, of course, I've already set the name tags and put the little tags on in front of everyone's plates.
Well, how do you know
Don't you do
people are
that?
gonna? No. If it's not everybody gets along in the family, I mean, you don't let people sit where they want to. Why are you creating a seating chart? It's not like we're in grade school or something.
Well, that's why we do it, so that that people can intermingle and get to know people they don't know so well.
But that's
So
not our
so
place.
What the fudge? I thought I've been dating this woman for 3 months, and now she's talking about a poultry sickle, about licking a turkey. Oh, dear God.
He's so anal retentive. I mean, who has place cards for Thanksgiving? We all know each other. God knows we've shared germs for decades.
Joe, don't you know when I'm joking with you? Do you really think that I would lick a bird? I mean, seriously. You know what I've realized with you? You have no sense of humor. I mean, seriously, do you really think that our family is going to lick a bird and get salmonella? And I got you, and you don't have a sense of humor.
well, Margaret, you certainly did get me there.
What a flaming biatch. What am I doing with this woman? Pranking me like that. Ah,
Joe, do you really think that we're going to lick the butt of the turkey and get the stuffing out of it? And we're going to fight over the wishbone when we finally thaw it out with our tongues? I mean, come on.
These boyfriend tests that I have, they're getting more and more strict. I do have to say, I love the look on his face when I told him about the areas.
and here I thought I was going to have to share the thigh with great Aunt Agnes.
I'm going to go find that case of wine I brought in.
But in terms of of you doing the placemats, I'm sure you were joking too, right?
Um, well, no, but you can't get salmonella from a placemat.
I thought I
Oh
could
But
my
instill a
God.
little order. Oh.
That's my family. And like I said, not everybody gets along with each other. And don't place my uncle with my mom. They got in a fight like 6 months ago and they're not talking.
well, darling, we do have a few people in my family too, and so my objective was to gracefully intersect with various members of the family, and so that we can have a delightful conversation.
This is going to be a nightmare.
Wait until he sees what jokes we've got prepared for dessert. That'll be the real test.
You know, I knew being Jewish, you being Catholic, I wasn't sure if this was really going to work out, but I thought, well, sense of humor. But when you told me you weren't Catholic and you're really a Buddhist, I don't know, Joe. I don't know.
Well, sweetheart, this doesn't even have anything to do with religious customs. This is Thanksgiving. It's a non-denominational holiday celebrated by Americans in an American way. It's not various religious and sanctimonious ways.
Well, I should tell you that part of my family is Native American. So now we're having a whole other different conversation.
He's Native American Jew? Oh, this girl is whacked.
I mean,
Uh,
some of my relatives, they met who they fell in love with. But I mean, Thanksgiving is really about giving thanks and family and love, but it's not really like we're not going to just celebrate America. Like I said, some of my families came from the tribes.
oh well, I certainly didn't mean that, but I'm just saying that it's not a it's not a Jewish or a Christian or a Buddhist holiday. It has more to do something that our whole country does give to give gratitude for all that we have.
Are you a Republican?
This could be the make or break question.
I find myself more moderate. However, I certainly have never voted straight party on anything.
Oh, dear
Oh,
God. Now we're going to talk politics. I knew
you know
something was
what?
up.
I never even thought of asking you about your political background because I always assumed, being that you're a Buddhist, that you would automatically be liberal.
Well, like I said, I've never voted straight. I mean, just I don't blue or red. I've never done that. I vote on the individual because just like in being in love with someone, whether it's a man or a woman, it doesn't really matter to me. What matters is the individual and what's in their heart.
This is crazy talk because when you vote for the individual, you're also voting for the party and what that party stands for. How are we going to have a nice Thanksgiving when I now know that you have not voted blue all the way down?
Well, I don't know, dear. I I would have imagined that you would respect the integrity of who I am and realize that each and every choice of who I vote for is something that I have put a great deal of thought into, and would not take careless on any level.
Where did I hide that MAGA hat?
God, I want my subconscious to say something right now.
I think it's time for me to dump this guy and get on Grinder toot sweet.
Well, I have something to tell you. The truth is, we do lick turkeys. We lick them until they melt. I'm a turkey licker from way back. My whole family is. My relatives, everybody. Lick, 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 lick. So there.
Well, I'm sure that there must be a reason. Perhaps a tradition was generated from generations back. And I think that's lovely. I never heard of that, but I'm right there with you. I support you in anything you do.
God, it must be a chemical dependency. Something she's missing, a mineral deficiency, something.
Honey, my family's from Alaska. How do you think that we were able to make turkey in Alaska? We lived in igloos. They were jugloos. These jugloos that we lived in, we couldn't cook the turkeys. They were frozen, so we had to lick them to melt them before we could even cook them. They never defrosted.
When in doubt, talk crazy. I have found that to be very, very effective in driving away unwanted people.
Well, honey, I just know that in your little blubber eating Alaskan heart, that you and your entire family are just doing the best you can with what you have to work with. How fabulous.
Oh,
Wow.
I just heard another little ding on my harmony.com page. I'm going to try some other broad here.
You know, I tried it all with you, and you still love me, and I think you're the one.
At least until the Uber comes and drives me away from this craziness.
The, the one? The one for what?
I think we should announce our engagement at our Thanksgiving dinner tonight as we're licking.
Maybe he'll get salmonella and that'll be the end of him. I could only hope.
This has taken a strange and scary turn.
Oh, look, I don't think that we have enough oysters for the oyster dressing. I think I should go to the store and get some more oysters. Yeah, oysters.
Good idea.
Okay, and I'll set the table with no name tags. I'll take them all off the table. Okay, honey, bye. See you
Okay,
soon.
okay, bye.
Hi.
Nancy.